Welcome back, everyone, to some more Superliminal. I did not expect to be making so many videos on this game. I ended up finding this challenge mode, which is really freaking cool. This one is showing me flames. So let's see if we can actually get past this and finish it. So you could have done this the whole time. That's so cool. This is showing me like a different way I could have done it. Yo, I'm stuck against the wall. I'm stuck. Oh my. Oh my. Oh. Please. Just squeeze. Oh God. Yeah. Life. Life is cruel. Let's try it again. So I think then you exit, grab the house and make it smaller. Because I did it so differently the first time.
Hello, my name
with my
is Dr.
dysfunctional
Glenn
brain.
Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols.
So let's make this thing
This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future
like
patients.
this.
Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right
Oh God,
direction.
I don't know if that's any
and
better.
We should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
Yeah! So now, I should be able to grab that house. That's so cool. So how do we make you bigger, Mr. House? We just need this thing to like be big enough for us to fit into it, right? Oh, I think that's fine. Yeah, that looks good. Going for a Sunday stroll. Hopefully it's not too big that I can't actually climb in anything there. Oh, it's done! Woohoo! That was super challenging. Really cool though, I really like that one. The keyhole puzzle. Yes! Okay, so now we have 2 levels left. Level 7 and level 8. And then I think we are done. I can't believe I've got so many videos for this game. Okay, this one has 2 puzzles only.
Emergency exit protocol initiated. Please prepare to conclude your Somnasculpt experience in 10, 9, 8. Error. Error logged by.
Orientation protocol.
Stand by for analysis.
Error analysis complete. You are exhibiting signs consistent with an increase in fear, hopelessness, and frustration.
No,
This is inconceivable.
you don't
as
say.
Somnasculpt therapy is proven to correlate with a decrease in these emotions. Hypothesis: patient was improperly oriented. Conclusion:
Okay, now we wait here.
impossible. Reformulating. Improved hypothesis: patient requires additional Somnasculpt therapy. Conclusion: emergency exit protocol cannot proceed. Emergency exit protocol has been emergency destroyed. Instruction: continue with Somnasculpt therapy indefinitely on an independent basis, as all orientation resources have been exhausted. This concludes your standard orientation protocol. Goodbye.
Bye. I can't believe I didn't even think in our previous episode to put the door through the keyhole. That was such a cool... So that's probably the correct way to do it. Because I did it so complicated. I put like one bloody door on top of the other one to get there, then I put that door and then... But we did it. Okay, last one. I wonder what these puzzles will look like. I can't remember the puzzles for 7. Bah! Dankness. Oh, here we go. Wait, what? Time to get this started. Woo!
My name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. Thank you for completing the Somnosculpt Standard Orientation Protocol. Before you begin the first phase of therapy, I'd like to briefly describe the finite and fragile nature of the dream state.
So far it hasn't even started yet, which is quite interesting. Maybe it starts like towards the end or something. Bum bum.
Of course, nothing is more challenging than the difficulty of changing perspective, of fundamentally altering your perceptions in a way that will enable you to face dire, trial-by-fire scenarios with solutions that could not be found otherwise.
Woo! Okay. Okay. Okay, so for this puzzle, look that way, go this way. For this puzzle, look this way, go that way. This is definitely one of my favorite ones to figure out. Okay, here we go. 2 moves, 4 jumps. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's not so bad. That's kind of how I did it the first time. Okay, 7 is the easiest so far.
While we respect the unique progress of every patient, you must understand that it is possible to completely exhaust your supply of dreams, thereby entering a state
Yeah, 7 was
in which you will
definitely
not
the
be able
easiest.
to wake up, even with the help of triggering mechanisms.
Most difficult, I would say 1 still. Then 6. Then 4, 5, 3, 7. Okay, keep heading straight. Nice. Oh, this thing never gets old. So weird. Are we done?
Please listen carefully.
Oh,
for the
this one.
sound of an alarm clock, which will automatically play if you are approaching a destabilizing dream weight.
So we get these walls surrounding us here. It's cool how it just becomes like a wall. So trippy. Nice! Now we're on the last level. Challenge mode is quite a vibe, I won't lie. This is an interesting one. 3
This
moves.
is highly unusual. It appears you have entered the Somnosculpt diagnostic framework. Patients do not have access to this dream.
Ooh, how do I make you bigger? I don't know if that's big enough.
Diagnostic warning. Unrealistic use of
Definitely not.
This is highly unusual. It appears you have entered the Somnosculpt diagnostic framework. Patients do not have access to this dream.
What if you put you there? Well, that's just awkward.
This is highly unusual. It appears you have entered the Somnasculpt diagnostic framework. Patients do not have access to
Oh,
this
so I have to go through this one.
Diagnostic warning. Unrealistic use of dream objects may result in dream integrity fail states.
Unless it does take 2 moves to work, because now you take this, you bring it back with you, right?
Please paradox from
And now we just wait?
Explosive
I think we did do it. Huh.
may result. Please paradox overload.
I think we just sit and wait here.
Please overload from dream explosion. Conclusion dream overcall frame.
Yes, thank you guys for reminding me. Let's not jump. Yeah! Victory jump! Woo! 2 more left. Victory! I wonder when the other one starts.
Hello.
Oh, it's
My
probably
name
going
is
to be
Dr.
that
Glenn
chess
Hicks,
one at the end, right?
And many years ago, I had a dream. I found myself in a place where I understood that each of us begins as nothing, where everything I perceived was shaped by seeing it exactly the way I wanted to. White space.
That is cool. Very cool transition. Ugh. It's so peaceful though. It would definitely be an experience to do this. You'd kind of be stressing the whole bloody time though.
But in white space, I also faced the greatest challenge I could imagine. Because with a lifetime of life itself behind me, and all of the weight that it carried, I realized that seeing things the way I wanted to was not as easy as it used to be.
Oh. So trippy. Wow, this soundtrack is beautiful. So this is where we were when we finished the game. The chessboard is up there.
Now, and further out than anyone has ever come back from.
Oh, here we go.
But we hope that you won't get discouraged.
3 moves.
After all,
3
if
moves?
This is a place of pure perspective. Isn't it also a place where a different point of view could make anything possible?
3 moves.
Isn't that why you came here?
How would you do this in 3 bloody moves? What happens if you put it there? Ayu. 3 moves. If we put you there, does it count as both being on both the black? Shit! Ooh, this is a challenge one. I like it. Oh! Crap, but now when I lift this thing up, I'm gonna get sent to the bloody... Ayo! Unless... What? You took cock! It's definitely like putting one on to be on both. Definitely. Maybe it has to be like big to be on both. But then you can't cross it. Ugh. Okay. Oh, it's not touching this one. Oh, I think that's the way though. I think that's the way. I think it is the way. Crap, that's too big. Or is it? No, it's not. We did it! Imagine I jumped. Yes! That was a sick one. Okay, one jump, two moves. Say less. Wait, does it only start now? Well, that's nice. Oh, shit. Okay. Big one. And only one jump. This jump is for all the jumps we've ever done. I'm sorry. I got a trophy! Mindful. So we did it! We did all the challenges.
That was bloody cool.
I riked. I very much riked. 360, all the scopes. Hell yeah! That was very cool. There's probably a trophy for finishing this bloody thing in like 30 minutes or something. I'm not that bloody crazy. Hell no! I'm gonna take my victory and go to the beach. What? It's time to wake up, James. Okay.
But I don't want to go to school.
That's so cool. Boom. 8 a.m. That was awesome. Very, very cool. They were super challenging at times. So, I think we're good. Let me take a look. What? I'll try it in developer mode just so we can see what it's like. Why the bloody hell not? Let's see.
Hello and welcome to the Superliminal Developer Commentary.
Whoa!
I'm Albert, Game Director of Superliminal. Myself and the rest of the team will be popping up every now and then as you play. With subtitles open, you can see who is talking and what their role on the game is.
Okay.
Technology
Thanks, Albert.
and effective
That's
dream
pretty
therapy
cool.
While you rest in the comfort of our flagship clinic. Located right next to the secondary overflow parking lot at the University Medical Center. Somnosculpt. We'll make your dreams come
What's
true.
up with that little pawn over there? Is that the commentary? Huh.
Hi, my name's Chris. I was the producer and designer on Superliminal.
Hi, Chris.
This is Will O'Neill, and I was the writer on Superliminal.
Okay, so that very beginning of Superliminal is actually one of the last parts we finished. Throughout development, we created so many different introductions to the game. Not all of them were cutscenes, like that one, but we ended up...
A lot of people ask about
Oh, you
how
can
the
skip
resizing
through them.
mechanic
I should probably listen. Hey, that's awkward.
works.
Okay, so that very beginning of Superliminal is actually one of the last parts we finished. Throughout development, we created so many different introductions to the game. Not all of them were cutscenes, like that one, but we ended up feeling that that in-game video sequence offered a really smooth on-ramp that let us set the framework for what's to come. By keeping it grounded in the world, rather than just a video, we felt it to be a good way to get you situated in the game and aware of what's up.
So when I wrote the opening line of "Are you filled with feelings of self-doubt" at the beginning of the game, I was definitely envisioning a player immediately, unconsciously responding with yes. And of course the purpose of that is to sort of pull you into the idea that you're not playing a character in the game, that it's you inside this experience. And of course, making it clear that the clinic itself is not necessarily the safest or most prestigious place to get treated creates an immediate tension. Especially when the very first thing you do in the game is accidentally sign away all of your rights.
Very interesting.
A lot of people ask about how the resizing mechanic works. The concepts are actually quite easy. To keep an object looking the same, assume if we move the object twice as far away, it just needs to be twice as big. It's all proportional. Interestingly enough, this also works no matter what field of view you use. The hard part of this mechanic isn't the actual resizing. It's trying to figure out where the object needs to be.
Yo, that's challenging.
To do this, you need to test a weirdly shaped object with a weirdly shaped background, and trying to find the right ratio for the object to be big enough to not touch anything, while keeping everything accurate and optimized.
Yo, that sounds like a pain in the ass to do.
Terms of service accepted. Congratulations on falling asleep. Welcome to Somnosculpt. Your progress may be monitored by qualified specialists. This orientation will adapt you to eyelids, our interactive, lucid induction dream state in which you retain full consciousness and control.
Hey, this is Matt. I did the music and sound. This very first jazz piece in the game is called I Wonder, and if it sounds at all familiar to you, that's because you just heard its melody and chord progression in the Somnosculpt TV jingle back at the start of the game, which I called Smooth Wonder.
Commentary is kind of cool so far. I haven't seen any others. Huh?
Hi, I'm Logan, and I'm level designer on Superliminal. A difference with the main resizing mechanic in this game is how much freedom it gives the player. This puzzle is a good example. In most puzzle games, if you put an object on a button in this scenario, the object doesn't need to be moved anymore. The key to unlock the door removes the key from the problem space. But unfortunately, in our game, you can just turn around and grab the object from any distance away. Therefore, we've gotten good at adding barriers in many places so people won't carry an object through all puzzles forever.
Yeah, I can definitely see that being a problem. I've actually tried to do that a few times as well, so smart on them for figuring a way to stop people abusing it.
Confirmed. You can move freely, interact with surrounding objects, and listen to messages from your patient care team. Please note that I am the standard orientation protocol, and that my
I
voice
do not
has been
care.
explicitly chosen to remind you that I am not a part of your patient care team.
I do not care. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Alex, and I performed gameplay programming on Superliminal. When I joined the project, there weren't really any menus except the absolute bare minimum to get the player into the game. and there wasn't any keyboard support either. So the first order of business was to add proper mouse and keyboard support to the title and pause menus. The hardest part was supporting switching between the two on the fly, because you never know when the player is going to do it, and it could lock them out of the game. With that foundation laid, I started working on controller support. In terms of the menus, there wasn't much work to do. The pad basically acts like a keyboard. But gameplay was quite a different story. As we approached launch, we all agreed that controller support wasn't quite up to par, and so we shipped without it, adding it around a month after launch.
Interesting.
To make controllers feel as good as mouse and keyboard, I wrote a bunch of code to modify how controller input is interpreted.
Oh, wow.
For mouse and keyboard, input is more or less one-to-one mapped to player movement. So you move the mouse and the camera turns. But that doesn't feel good with controllers. Trying to pick up a very small object, say a chess piece, to be quite finicky. In the end, I made it so looking around accelerates the longer the stick is pressed, and behaves differently based on whether you are looking vertically or horizontally, and also while you are holding an object. Probably the biggest change was a quote-unquote auto-lock feature, which draws the focus to a grabbable object as your cursor gets closer to it. All these changes culminated in controllers feeling much more accurate and satisfying.
Interesting.
Throughout each level, we try to give subtle hints on which objects are grabbable and which aren't. This is more of an introductory level, so it doesn't have a lot of objects, but you might notice that grabbable objects, in yellow, are complementary colors to the background colors of green and beige.
Oh, interesting. So the objects that you can grab are complementary of the background.
During eyelids, you will lose the ability to awaken suddenly due to realizing that this is a dream. Evidence: I have already informed you that this is a dream. You did not wake up. Please complete the remaining orientation activities.
There's quite a bit of foreshadowing throughout this level. We wanted to hint at the mechanics that are going to come later in the game. For example, the projection, the clone, and the portal hallways later on. Little things like that feel like visual treats when you're playing this level, but serve as fun reminders when you play for a second time that we kind of told you the whole thing all along.
Yeah.
Hi there, I'm Steve, I'm the art director of Superliminal. One of our main visual touchstones for this section centers around a couple of silly questions. What would someone in the early 90s dream up as a futuristic testing facility? And how could they build that on a shoestring budget or with infinite time? I feel like those two questions were ones we actually asked ourselves more than once during the process of making this game.
Very cool.
When we were playtesting, we realized that players were getting tripped up on different aspects of the resize mechanic. So we tried to make each puzzle in this level teach a specific action. The cheese puzzle is our way of forcing players to make something from very small to very big, and the puzzle after that is the opposite. This broken window puzzle is to teach you how to make things small and fit through a hole, but at a distance, so you can't simply walk up to it.
All environments perceived during eyelids should
That's very
reflect
cool.
a typical mental state. If you believe your mental state was compromised by Somnasculpt, please provide a comprehensive, rational explanation in your post-procedural survey. Completed surveys may be eligible for a gift card.
Oh my goodness, that's very big. This commentary is quite interesting, like with them kind of explaining. There's a lot you need to think about when you're developing a game.
We had this looping hallway for a while, but it was very nondescript and players got confused on where they were and they would get turned around. So our artist Steve helped mock up some windows and landmarks so people can tell where they are. Immediately, we found that playtesters weren't getting lost anymore and understood the moment.
Interesting.
Our core game mechanic is so novel that we immediately drew comparisons to other quasi-sci-fi puzzle games. And, since our game is about playing with and subverting expectations, we wanted to lean into that and start the first level with a kind of test chamber aesthetic and immediately break that going forward. Narratively, this space is what Dr. Pierce planned to have his dream therapy program look like before it all went wrong.
Please stand by for polite recognition on your completion of the Somnasculpt orientation. You did it. To maximize the time allotted for your therapeutic journey, please do not delay in proceeding through the final doorway as indicated.
So, was it actually concerning? And the doctor really was concerned because he didn't know? And he just played it cool afterwards? Or what? Because the commentary just suggests now that something did go wrong. So did the doctor end up finding a solution and just play it safe? Or just act like everything was under control, or what? You don't think there'd be commentary in like secret areas, do you? Oh god. That's gonna be really, really challenging to do all of that again. I might just leave it at this, I won't lie. Well, we tried. Okay. Well, I think maybe I'll call it here then. The commentary is quite cool, but I mean, we've replayed these levels so many times now. If you guys are interested in me making a commentary video, I'm more than happy to continue it. But I think this will be a good place to call the series. I kind of just wanted to test it out, try out the commentary. It is pretty fun. It is pretty cool to play it again and just to kind of listen as they explain things. So let's listen to this last one and then maybe we call it here.
The reason we ended up with this sleep clinic section is because we wanted to convince players that they might have actually woken up from the dream. So we don't have any dreamlike mechanics you can play with until you get to the vending machine. Later on, this becomes a hub you come back to in order to emphasize the feeling of waking up from a dream within a dream.
Yeah, that was done pretty well, I won't lie. Very interesting. Okay, well, then this has been Superliminal. Absolutely incredible studio and game as well. I would recommend you guys give it a try if you haven't already. Very, very cool. I definitely enjoyed this more than I thought I would. I don't really play games where the entire game is around illusions and puzzles, and I really much enjoyed this, and I'm quite excited to play more of this type of genre. So I did really enjoy this. The puzzle solving was very satisfying. And there was a bunch of extra content here, which was quite cool as well. A bit of hidden details and secrets, so that was quite fun as well. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, smash that like. And if you enjoy the content, consider subscribing and becoming part of the Lore Gang. I cannot wait for some more recommendations from you guys. We have a lot of games to still play, a lot of indies that I still want to play on this channel as well. So as always, I will see you in our next video. Bye bye!